Hi, this is Dr. Eric. I just wanted to show how we go ahead and take the models that we've created in Mesh Mixer and get them ready to print on our Shuffle XL actually. So first thing we do is go to settings and select the printer. Make sure that the Shuffle XL is printed, or if we wanted to print on the Shuffle, we would click that button. And basically the plate gets smaller. It means there's less room to print. So next thing we do is we want to drag our models over. So this is the one we just designed. So we're going to drag that over twice just so I can show you how we arrange them. And essentially, just to drag and move them, you're going to left click and move them around on the plate. You can, if you want to move the plate itself, you left click and then rotate the plate without selecting a model. Double clicking it gives us the orientation wheel if we wanted to move things around. Typically don't need to do a whole lot of that, with the exception of using this blue circle to rotate it. And you would do that if you're just trying to make more room to get models to squeeze models on the plate. 9 times out of 10 what we're going to be using is the flatten by face feature under the orientation icon over here. So you click flatten by face, click on that arrow, and that'll set it down on the plate. You'll do the same thing again. Flatten by face, double click, and then we just make sure we have room so they're not overlapping. Next thing we want to do is double check that both of these are in that darker color. Make sure that way you can make sure it's nice and flat. I also like to go down here to the scroll wheel and go from 0 to 1, and that way you can see that they both change colors at the same time on that first slice, which means they're both flat on the plate. If they're not, then we need to rearrange them, because that means that the print is in the air and it definitely will fail. There is a way, if it was sitting in the air, you can always change this X up or down, and that just syncs it, and then we know it's going to be flat and it'll print. Once we're happy with the position, we're going to save that file. I like to call it a slice file, so I'm going to just overwrite this slice file here. And now the file's ready to go. We now just need to go to Google Chrome, and that's where we'll find our printer. It's through this interface. So the 6.1 basically is the Shuffle XL. The 6.8, if it's 10.00.68, that would be the smaller Shuffle. So we'll click on plates. We'll add a plate. We're going to choose the file, which is the slice file. We're going to make sure that we're using the frozen gray profile. We can pick other resins if we want. We'll click submit. Now, as you can see, it's loading and now processing. So you can start printing while it's processing. I like to wait a little bit just so I can evaluate the layers. Okay, so if we click on the layers button, we just want to make sure that we see the full horseshoes. If we only saw one and not two, then we would know one of them's floating in the air, and then we would know we're going to expect a failed print. So this is just a double check to make sure that everything is ready to print. So then we can go back to plates, and at this point, if the printer's in my room or I can visually see it, I'll click print from start. You can print from here. It's already been sent, because this is basically a website interface. So it's already been sent. I can actually and preferably walk over to the printer. I'll check the build plate. I'll make sure there's enough resin and the resin's been stirred, and I'll click print directly on the plate, or on the printer. Now on the printer you will see on the LCD screen a picture of the files as well, so you also can still double check to make sure that you see the same number of horseshoes that you know we already laid down. And Assuming you did all that, you click print and just give it some time, take the models out, process them, and we're good to go.